Good afternoon, folks. This is Nick Stoll out here again today. Anyway, we're going to build a little fire. I showed you a little bit of work with my buck saw, and what I need to show you now is my full fire kit, what I typically carry with me on an overnighter, camp out, or whatever. This right here, this little kit is what I use, guaranteed to get me a fire every time. So we'll go through that kit and then we'll get this fire going, alright? Okay, so here's my fire kit. Start going through some of this a little bit at a time. Got a couple pieces of fat wood. Altoids tin. It's got some more of that heavy cotton webbing. Piece of wick. And a bunch of char cloth and some other miscellaneous stuff in there, okay? Try and get that out of the shadows a little bit. Alright. So this is usually what I carry with me. So I have my char cloth, so I can do a flint and steel fire or any combination of whatever that you want to use char cloth for. So there's that. And this I really do like. This is one of those Hudson Bay tins, a Hudson Bay tobacco tin. I just got some of these more Ranger bands on it. Anyway, inside of it, I have a Smalls Altoids tin, and of course a Bic lighter. And in this small Altoids tin, I have some, it's called Micro Inferno. It's this is my Surefire. I can light this with a lighter or a ferro rod. So this is my Surefire system here, is these Micro Infernos. And I've got 5 of them in there. So there's that. Oh, and this Hudson Bay tin, I'm sorry, has a magnifying glass. Let's see if we can do this through the camera. See that? Little magnifying glass on it. And that will get me a fire by solar ignition. I can light char cloth with this very easily, or I can even create a tinder bundle and light it up with that magnifying lens also. So there's that, that, and that. Dig down here a little bit deeper. You guys have seen one of these before. Just another strike and light bag. This is a piece of 1095 high carbon steel that I tempered, so it'll throw sparks fairly well. I've just riveted it onto this leather bag. A little snug. And of course inside here, I just keep a large piece of flint. That way I can strike this thing up. You know, something like that. So there's that. A spare lighter. So there's 2 lighters. It also doubles a little bit as a tool kit. So I have a Lansky's, very old, well used Lansky's Hone. I do carry a 4-in-1 file. It's got this hard, it's really aggressive rasp, a rounded rasp, not as aggressive as this one, and then another rasp on the flat, and then a rounded, more aggressive rasp on this 4-in-1 file. Digging deeper. I've got some more inner tube. I just put a rubber band on it. It's just a length of inner tube. And for those of you who don't know, this is how we typically make Ranger bands. You just take an inner tube and cut sections of it off. And then you have a very strong, oop, well, maybe not. That one broke on me. Okay, here's one. You have a very, very strong rubber band. Okay? And you saw I used it to hold my Hudson Bay tobacco tin shut. It also holds my char cloth tin, which is a Altoids tin, holds it shut. So, I carry some extras in case one breaks, like you just saw. And I'll typically just put a rubber band on top of that just to kind of hold it together a little bit more neat. Digging deeper, I've got a well-used candle. Okay, and this is also a type of Surefire. So you're not holding your lighter, under your tinder, trying to get it lit. You just light your candle up, and then you hold that to your tinder to get it going. Go out. Okay. Put that back there. Okay, nearing the end. In the very bottom, I have a little bag. I got it at the Pathfinder store, or Wilderness Outfitters. Inside here, I've just got some natural tinder. Mostly just river birch bark. Okay. So I do have some dry tinder handy. And you can put whatever you want to in one of these bags if you choose to carry some tinder with you, and it doesn't have to be birch bark or anything like that. You can put dryer lint in this, you can put some newspaper, whatever you want. If you want to carry some type of tinder with you, just to ensure that you have a way to start fire. So you can use dryer lint, or let's see, some shredded newspaper, whatever you want to put in here. It doesn't have to be, river birch bark or cedar bark or anything else. It can be, dryer lint and newspapers or whatever else you happen to have. Some shredded egg cartons or something works pretty good too. Anyway, that's the contents of my fire kit. Okay, you guys have asked me to go over that, and that's typically what I carry as my my fire kit. So that's the full thing. And yeah, I know it's a little bit of a tool kit also. Other things to put in there, you may want to put like a small knife or something. You can use like a small mora, or what I would put in there is I have an old blind horse, Frontier First, that would typically go in there. I didn't make it in there this trip. Just have a small razor sharp knife handy, scrape down some fat wood or whatever else I want to do. So that's my fire kit, guys.